Yeah, well, last night was more 5-0 walkthrough, just kind of getting the rust out, getting shots up. Today was more live. I went through everything, feeling good. So, it's good to get. We've been, me and Trey have been playing 3-on-3 after shoot arounds and practices. So it wasn't our first introduction to live, but today we went 5-on-5 full court. So, yeah, as I said, I feel good.
Do you plan on being let out of prison tomorrow and play? Or?
Yep, I do.
Okay.
I'm back playing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Just your first impression of this slate of teammates you have?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the trade deadline, it's busy for the NBA as a whole and most teams. But I mean, for me, my 5 years in the league, that has been the busiest team I've been a part of. And to have so many guys go and so many new guys come in, it was obviously, you guys can see, it's different. And it's been I obviously haven't been out there playing with the guys yet, but just watching from a distance, it's going to take time to adapt to all these new faces and new play styles. And fortunately, all the guys that we brought in are all great guys. We're going to buy into what we're doing here. So I think hopefully we can get this thing kicked off on the right foot after the All-Star break. But as I said, I think I like the group that we've got, and we got 27 games left to make something of it. So we've got to do our best to do that, and it starts tomorrow.
What's kind of your personal approach to? I mean, I know this is the first time you've dealt with this, but just when you have this many new guys come in, what's your personal approach to trying to get guys on board and just kind of integrated into the team?
Yeah, it's as I said, it was different and it was new for me, and it was different not being able to play. You're trying to help from the sideline and help as much as I can at timeouts and during practices. But obviously, being back out there now, it's good because I can help guys, on the fly, whether it's with the offense, defensive stuff. Because it's tough for guys to get traded mid-year and you're coming into a game 24 hours later trying to learn the offense. So I think today and yesterday were great opportunities to review a lot of stuff that we needed to. And a lot of the stuff for the guys that have been here was kind of, we knew what was going on, but the guys that hadn't been here, it was a really good 2 days for them to learn all the new stuff. So, I think we're trending in the right direction, but it's, you can only practice so much without going out there in game time and, performing.
Josh, for you, with so many new guys, like obviously you spent the past year and a half trying to make sense of this system and trying to enable this new system, and now you have basically a completely new team. Like, what's the priority for you now?
For me, I mean, it doesn't change. I think winning is still the number one priority, but I guess you kind of have to shift your mindset you go from everyone's continuity, everyone knows each other, to now you got basically 50% of a new team coming in. You got to find ways you got to learn how guys play. You got to be able to integrate guys into the offense and the defense. So your perspective changes on how you play. But for me, I think winning, is above all. I think if guys buy into what we're doing, I think we'll be all right. But as I keep saying, I mean, it's different. I've never had a change like this mid-season, and it's going to take time to adapt. But as I said, all the guys that we've brought in are great guys, great people, and they're all, putting winning at the top of their list.
Is it deflating at all from a player perspective to go through that much change?
I mean, yeah, there's the human aspect of it where you lose friends and guys you're close with and you build relationships with. But, I mean, as I keep saying, it's just different. I mean, I've never been a part of something like it where so many guys go out, so many new guys come in mid-season. So I think the human aspect of it is just losing your friends and losing guys you become close with. But it's part of the NBA. We all get paid money to play the game, and we all know when we sign up for this, the trades are trades can happen.
With so many guards now on the roster, what's kind of your perspective or what you've been told about like how they're going to manage getting all the guys minutes and getting a look at some of the guys that are inspiring, but also continue to invest in you guys who are longer term?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably more a question Billy and upstairs, but I guess with the guys that we have, and obviously the way we like to play is get up and down, have multiple handles on the floor. So, I'm sure Billy will do a good job of, putting out the rotations that he thinks are, right for the game or the matchup. But as I said, it's probably a question for Billy or upstairs.
You have a handle on, you have a good handle on like what the plan is here. They brought in guys who are on the last year of their contracts, and does it matter what the long term is, or how you view that?
I mean, us as players, whatever front office and is doing in terms of trade or bringing in personnel, our job is to go out there and win games. I think we don't look too deeply into what the plan is moving forward. We try to take it one day at a time, one game at a time. And as I said, this is the team now. For the last 27 games, this is what we've got. So we got to go to war with each other. And then when the summer comes, front office will make decisions that they think are right for this team and moving forward. But us as players, our job is to go out there, play, win, and whoever our teammates are, be the best we can, and the rest will take care of itself.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, John. Any questions? Did you learn any dunking tips from Vince Carter?
Actually, no, I didn't. We were just mainly talking about basketball. Not really anything dunking. He was sad that I didn't do the dunk contest, though. He really wanted me in it, but it is what it is. I'll definitely do it in the future.
What was that experience like? Obviously, we could watch it from afar, but on the inside, what was that experience like winning and being a part of that team and spending time with Vince and other guys?
I showed up there and it was like, you're already there, so let's go for the win. Like I told all the guys, me, Keyshawn George, we're playing to win. Why not? And you get a little bonus too if you win. So I felt like all the guys just bought in. Jalen Wells was picking up full court. It was just awesome to see. DJ did amazing. It was just something, it's great to compete in the middle of the season for something, and it felt like a great victory. So
Did you like the format?
I did. It was cool. I like the rookies and the sophomores going at it.
How do you kind of think about for you individually, your personal goals and things you're going to try to emphasize for yourself?
Honestly, I feel like, last year we went into this after the All-Star break just ready to compete and something to prove. We got some new guys also like Kevin last year and Zach, and we felt like we had a lot to prove, and we all bought in. I don't know our record, what it was, but it felt like we had an urgency to win and to gel together.
15-5.
Yeah, 15-5. Was it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
For you individually, though, I mean, you took a big step after All-Star last year. You kind of look at this as an opportunity to do the same thing again.
Yeah, definitely. As my game just grows more. The more games I play, the more I learn. I just keep grinding, playing basketball, keeping the main thing, and eventually my talent will take over. And but right now, we're focused on the team, teaching the guys new things, and trying to win.
Does it help having all these home games in a row now because you are trying to integrate new people, but at least you have to do it on the road, flying around a lot?
Yeah, definitely. Being here and I'm getting used to the United Center, playing here, finding our identity, and not finding our identity, but keeping our identity the same, and I'm learning it. But I think it'll definitely help. With the travel, it's a little more difficult, but I'm happy to have this little home stretch.
How is kind of just the chemistry aspect of everything going? What's kind of been your personal approach to trying to get guys onboarded and just feel like they're working?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
How has kind of just the integration of the new players been going, and what's your personal approach to trying to make guys feel like they're part of that identity?
Yeah, trying to be more of a vocal leader. Teaching the guys things, trying to tell them where to be on the court specifically, what we're looking for, what the coach is looking for, and I think they're doing a great job. I'm proud of all the guys right now, and they're just going to keep getting better.
Not a similar question, but is that kind of weird being a second-year player, but already being kind of one of the more longer tenured players on this team?
I would say a little bit, but I always wanted to be a leader and be more vocal, and I feel like this is an opportunity to show what I can do, and try to lead the guys, steer the guys in the right direction, and with all the help from Sticks, Giddey, all those guys that's been around, it's going to be easier for me, but I'm just trying to be more vocal out there.
Speaking of which, how important do you think it is to have those guys working their way back? Josh was saying that he's planning to play tomorrow, so having them back out there to help bring these guys in, how important?
It's definitely going to help a little bit because they're not gonna have that much pressure to make plays out there when we have guys like Josh, Trey, Sticks playing, and it's definitely gonna help. And I feel like we're just gonna connect more when we play.
Matas, you're young, but you've also played more minutes already this season than you did all of last season. Were you able to get any kind of break this weekend after playing in the game?
Not really, honestly, but it is what it is. I signed up for this KC, so I got 12 hours of sleep last night. I feel good. I'll be ready for the game tomorrow.
So you're feeling good physically at the All-Star break?
Yeah, I was feeling fine. I got a little bit of a break. I'm not saying I didn't, but it was a lot of appearances and stuff like that. But I'll be ready for war tomorrow, 7 o'clock.
Thanks, man. Basketball standpoint, obviously pretty crucial time because Josh and Trey are being incorporated to the guard room. What were you able to get done last night and then today, and what was kind of the focus?
Yeah, I think, with getting those guys back, the biggest piece is to see where we are as far as conditioning. And after having, 5 or 6 days off on top of them, kind of being out of the rotation due to injuries, we felt like it's best to, push the pace a little bit last night, get them up and down and blow things out, and then clean things up today. So it's good. It was an opportunity for us to implement, get a little competitive, but do so under controlled, in a controlled environment, and just kind of gauge where guys are.
This is a big picture question that won't be answered in the short term, especially with Billy obviously dealing with his difficult situation.
Yeah,
but the guard room all of a sudden has gotten very crowded.
For sure.
It was crowded before
For sure.
Josh and Trey come back. So how do you plan to approach that just in the short term?
Yeah, I think in the short term it's not going to be as difficult. We'll have some guys on the minute restrictions. And I've already spoken to those guys. It could be some short stints. We've got to be mindful of the aggregate minutes, but we certainly can't run them 7-8 minutes straight. So it's going to be by committee. We'll work through it tomorrow, and eventually it'll work itself out. But tomorrow it's going to be nice to have two guys that play big pieces as far as what we're trying to do, and also get sticks back. So we're kind of reintegrating a handful of guys right now.
Do you feel like there are, just kind of to that point with the guard unit, do you feel like there are enough minutes to give in terms of just being able to actually get a sense of who these guys are before they go?
Yeah, it's not going to be easy, and I think there's going to be some nights somebody's minutes get squeezed. That's just the nature of the logjam. But I think in its totality, we've got 27 games. Obviously, you got to read the flow and see who's playing well, see what groups and pairings that we like. Because we really haven't had a chance to see us in our totality. So get through these first few games and see what happens.
How do you back tomorrow? Or do you know?
No, Coach will not be back tomorrow. I'm sure you guys are all aware with the passing of his father. We certainly want to send our condolences and wish him and his family all the best right now in this difficult time. But he will be flying back, I believe, Friday, and he'll be back with us Friday.
You guys in the past, I don't know if this is like something of the whole coaching staff or just Billy's kind of philosophy about player development, but there's been kind of a short leash on guys like Matas, some of the younger players. Do you anticipate that has to kind of change at all during this second part of the season, just to try to sort of evaluate some of the younger guys?
Yeah, I would probably disagree with you a little bit with the short leash. I think there's a degree of accountability I think we want to instill with young players. And I think Coach has done a terrific job as far as messaging, but also following through with the accountability piece. He puts a lot on those guys. And with that responsibility comes the accountability to themselves, to the group, to make sure we're playing the right way and doing the right things. So it's corrective in nature, and he does a great job of getting them out and getting them back. So I don't think it's a disciplinary thing. It's just more of we have a certain standard. We want to make sure we uphold that.
The games obviously count, but is there kind of like a preseason feel right now? You got the media day set up again. You're integrating people together. It's just a little different.
Yeah, we talked about we've got to use this window to fast track things, and there's no easier way to do that than go through it. When you have a new group essentially coming together, there's going to be a little lag. There's going to take some time, and at times it's going to be redundant for the guys who've been here. But it is what it is. We have to get these guys up to speed and fast track the best we can.
You've been through a lot of trade deadlines. This was obviously a pretty unprecedented one for the amount of change. What do you get the sense the team is at? Just like overall mood? And
it's been good. I mean, I think we've got a great group of guys. You still got to figure out, how we work together and build that chemistry. But I think everyone in the locker room understands that's part of the business. An unfortunate part, at times, but that's the nature of the beast. So there's going to be change, and sometimes change is awkward and uncomfortable. We've got to figure out a way to forge through it. And once we kind of go through this kind of uncomfortable, messy stage, we'll be better for it when we get to the other side.
What do you kind of want to see from some of these new young guards like Bob and Jaden, Colin? What do you think they should be prioritizing to kind of stand out or make an impression?
Yeah, I don't know if it's an issue of standing out. I think it's most importantly learn how we play and how we do things, understand what we prioritize, and play to our identity. If we can, continue to compete at a high level, play together and play to our identity, I think everything else will be fine.
Thanks a lot, Wes. We appreciate it.